Yo, what up guys? Dan here with Total Shape, and if you're wondering what are signs that your testosterone's decreasing or lowering, you're in the right place. I'm gonna make this video very short and simple. I'm not gonna name all the signs that your testosterone could be getting lowered, but I'm gonna name the most common and the ones that I personally experienced. I'm also gonna give you some tips and tricks, natural free ways, just, lifestyle changes you can make, typical just things you can add to your morning routine to possibly increase your testosterone. I'm also including a link down below, guys. It's to a video where I reviewed a testosterone boosting supplement that actually works. It worked miracles for me. But anyway, that's just for you to check out in the link down below after you watch the video if you want. Now, that being said, the number one sign that your testosterone is getting lowered is you're gonna stop waking up with morning erections. Now, here's the deal. There's a lot of confusion between erectile dysfunction and lowering your testosterone, right? Or you're getting your testosterone lowered. Yes, they can be related, but they're not always related, okay? Someone with lower testosterone, right, may simply suffer from lower sex drive, which is another sign I'm gonna talk about in a second, but that person may not have trouble getting an erection. On the flip side, and the reciprocal of that, you could be having trouble with erections, okay? Your testosterone levels could be phenomenal, but the erectile dysfunction is linked to something psychological or a completely separate issue in general. So just don't always marry the two. They can be separate issues and they can also be intermixed. Just throwing that out there. All right, so when you stop waking up with morning erections, your testosterone is getting lowered because that's the number one healthy sort of litmus test for healthy testosterone. There's nitric oxide flowing through your bloodstream and your blood flow is healthy and you wake up because your body thinks it's time to go and be a man in the world, right? So when that stops happening, you know that your testosterone is lowering. Sometimes this can be just a temporary thing. You could be waking up without an erection just because you've lost, sleep over the last few days. But typically, if it's consistent and it persists, this could be a sign of low testosterone. The next thing I want to talk about was what I alluded to before, which was your sex drive is going to be lower. So if you start noticing your sex drive getting lower, and look, a lot of these things I'm going to talk about, they're all interchangeable. They're all interrelated, okay? Just keep that little tangential point in mind. When your sex drive is lower, your overall drive as a man is lower, right? So when you're lowering, your wife's looking great, your girlfriend's looking cute, she's trying to get you into bed and you're just not in the mood, something's up, right? So you see that you're desiring your partner or desiring, just in general sex less. That's another sign. And it's funny how this works. Funny how Mother Nature has designed this, right? When your sex drive is low, there are other drives that are also, typically low. For example, your drive in the gym will start to decrease. That ability to push past hard sets, getting those last 2 reps that really count. That's one of the signs that I noticed. My tenacity in the gym, even my motivation to go to the gym really decreased rapidly, right? My ability to push, my ability to recover. You're gonna start having trouble recovering, right? So you're gonna start getting sore for longer. This is another possible sign of low testosterone. And the last one I'm gonna mention, because this is the last one that I really personally experienced a lot when I felt my testosterone kind of going down, till I tried that supplement, to be honest with you, and I did some other lifestyle changes, which I'll mention in a second. But the other time was I started getting mental cloudiness. Now, a lot of men report memory loss. I wasn't necessarily experiencing memory loss. Typically speaking, I'm pretty quick in conversations, and I would kind of, in the middle of a conversation, forget the point of what the other person was trying to make, and then when the person would ask me a question, I would be, stupefied. I wouldn't know what to say. I'd have to make up something, or I'd just be embarrassed, be like, I'm so sorry, I spaced out. So I started spacing out a lot, not being as sharp-witted as I typically would be in conversations, and just in general, I was just not as focused. Now, I said these things are all interrelated, right? Think about it. If you're not mentally focused, right, lacking clarity, lacking mental clarity is typically going to make you lack drive and tenacity in either the gym or work. But if you're lacking in focus, you're definitely not going to be able to focus on pushing yourself hard in the gym. So all these things are sort of interrelated. Now, a couple lifestyle changes you can make immediately, and within 3 days, I'm talking 72 hours, start seeing a difference in just how you feel, right? So anecdotally, and then if you're actually getting your blood work done, I can almost promise you will see a difference in even your blood markers. So number one, if you're not working out already, start working out. And this second tip goes for, if you're in the first crowd of not working out, this tip goes for you whether you're working out now or you're just starting to work out. If you are working out already, change your workouts to a higher intensity style, okay? None of this slow repetition like, 6 reps and then 4 minutes of rest. No, do high intensity interval training like sprints or on a bike, so step up your cardio, but high intensity, not LISS or low intensity steady state. Do not do that slow running stuff. Sprint for 15 seconds, 20 seconds rest, then sprint again. Do that either on a bike or on a treadmill or on the street sprinting, but it has to be all out. And when you're working out, lifting weights, superset. Give yourself minimal time for rest, and you want to exert yourself both anaerobically and aerobically. The weightlifting actually make you lose breath. You should be not only getting tired musculature wise when you're finishing a set or a rep or whatever, you should be winded as well. This should be your training style for a little while, at least for a little while, right? Another thing you can do that will, work miracles for your markers is doing cold exposure. This could be ice baths. This could be going out in the cold with just a t-shirt and shorts for a little while. taking chilly walks, or this could even be taking cold showers. And you could start off just by letting the last 60 seconds of your shower be on all the way cold. Turn your shower to all the way cold, and that'll be a good start to getting resilience to that cold. And the last thing I'll mention is if this is available to you, if you have a partner, and I know this is a bit like, you know, kind of chicken before the egg kind of a thing, it can seem like that, but is have more sex. Having sex is a natural way to increase your testosterone, and as your testosterone increases, so will your libido, and as your libido increases, you will also want more sex. So it's kind of a cool thing how that all works, right? But having more sex absolutely is a natural way, especially when you immediately have sex and you climax and finish, your testosterone levels actually take quite a spike. Oh, and last little tip, guys, step up your sleeping time, okay? You know, it's not always sleeping time, it's sleeping quality as well. But most of the time, if you're in bed for longer amounts of hours, out of those amounts of hours, you're gonna get a higher amount of quality sleep within those 9 hours, right? Maybe you'll get, you know, only 30 minutes of REM sleep if you sleep 3 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, right? But you might get a full 4 hours or maybe 3 hours if you're sleeping 8 or 9 hours. A lot of people can't do that with their schedules and you know, lifestyles and obligations, but if you can, squeeze in more sleep. And again, guys, that link down below is to a video review I did of a phenomenal supplement that helped me boost my testosterone. I didn't just anecdotally actually experience great results, but I was tracking my numbers and physically saw my biological markers go up as well with that supplement. That being said, guys, I hope this video was helpful to you. Any questions or comments, drop them down below, and I will see you in the next video.